point, Dale, is that what happened between us could have really taken a hard left.
Yeah.
And there was no need for it to go that way. We squashed the shit as history,
right.
Blah blah blah, that type of thing. Like I told you, it's over and done with. You said what you said. I said what I said. We moved on. I think 2 days later I sent you something about blah blah blah. And that's the way men handle things, and we don't have that in the society anymore because they're pushing Lil Nas X and Billy Porter down our goddamn throats.
True.
Exactly.
On
purpose.
That is absolutely
on
true.
purpose.
If they can emasculate the black man, it's all over but the crime. Because see, we are the threat, America. These three faces can reproduce.
That's
and
right.
They don't like that.
That's
so
right.
If they can get us chasing Bussy, then the battle's over.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So all this toxic male masculinity, that's a goddamn code word for black men.
That's right.
Yeah. And if
you know what I'm saying?
If not, they'll make it into it.
Exactly.
And that's why I love what Dave Chappelle is doing. You look at Dave Chappelle. Look at Dave Chappelle and Kanye West. You know what they have in common? Their parents all have master's degrees. See, in other words, see, white folks they're not afraid of Snoop Doggy Dogg. They're afraid of that educated black man.
Yep.
Because we're going to challenge everything.
Once you get to a certain level in the entertainment business, people don't realize this. Once you get accepted, you can't bring anybody else with you.
Yeah, we on the show with one, Stevie Ray. Very educated.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, he's very educated.
Let me give you an example.
Yeah.
You remember when Gayle King was interviewing Lisa Leslie?
And still hasn't apologized for that.
Still hasn't apologized. I remember that, man.
Okay, and you remember she brought up the Kobe Bryant thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you wouldn't have known that, would you?
You wouldn't have known.
You would have known that.
Never know.
And you would,
Okay, we went from a man dying, bringing up his perspective as dying with his young daughter in a helicopter, to trying to be castigated on an interview on national television about being a rapist. You see how that's flipped?
Yeah, right. Go past aspersions, cast aspersions on Harvey Feinstein.
But hold on,
all this other shit.
I'm gonna get to that. I'm just making an analogy as it pertains to what you were talking about, the masculinity being extracted from the African American male. Okay, remember all these people came out really pissed off and made little videos and this, that, and the other. And you remember Snoop Dogg coming out saying, the reason I'm going to this because someone brought up Snoop Dogg. Remember Snoop Dogg made the video, yeah, you don't do this, blah, 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 we're going to come get you, boo, boo, boo. Trying to have that nigga in the neighborhood mentality.
Right.
And I told all my friends, watch him apologize.
And he sure did.
And they was like, oh no, what you got to apologize for? I said, because you don't get this business.
Right.
Once you get to a certain level, you ain't one of them no more over here. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit you used to talk back in the early 90s about how bad somebody was, this, that, and the other. If you want to be in mainstream media, you better shut up and know your beans from your cornbread. You seen him come back and apologize, right?
Yep.
And look at all the shit that he's on now. See what I'm saying? Now he's going to be on the Super Bowl next year, right? Because if you hadn't apologized, you going to lose it all. I'll give you another example. You remember when Floyd Mayweather got in Larry Merchant's face and told him, you don't know nothing about boxing. You always give me the short end of the stick. On national TV, the next week, what was he doing?
Apologize.
Yes. Because as fast as I gave it to you, I can take it away.
Take it away.
Once you end the party, you better shut up. Like my mother used to say, straighten up and fly right.
Yep.
And Stevie, and that's why they don't like Chappelle right now, because he is the ultimate Trojan horse. You see, he comes in as the comedian, the court jester, and then he starts laying that heavy shit on you. And they can't touch him. They can't touch him because he said, fuck you, I'm walking away for $50 million. Because
he already said that to the establishment.
Yes.
Right.
He's already built his base.
This
right.
could possibly be the establishment trying to lash back at him.
Absolutely.
It could possibly be. I'm not 100% sure, but it's more to this than meets the eye, because who in the hell actually gives a shit about what a comedian says? And the thing is, those things are taped. This is what people have to realize. Those things are taped months ago before they come out. You know what I'm saying? Right. Then again, I don't know if he did it live. Did he do it live, Jimmy?
I don't know. I haven't seen the special.
I don't think, you know what I'm saying?
I don't think it was live.
But what I don't think it was live either, because it was a Netflix. Netflix usually don't do live.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, it was anything on there that was negative toward transgender, it would have came out way before it started being seen on television. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You see how this stuff, it just, to me, is more to it than meets the eye, and I wouldn't be surprised if this might be a way for Netflix to use this to make more money from it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But Steve, my point is, he is free, just like Kanye West.
Exactly.
He's free. See, you can't touch him. They are free. You see? You know, so yeah.
Stevie, we don't control the cash flow. You're right, Daniel.
Yeah.
That's why they have it. Especially if you want that piece of that cash flow that's been coming to you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Ask anybody that knows anything about the black bourgeoisie. Once they make it, they can't bring anybody else with them. Oprah Winfrey got more money than any woman in the United States of America. Where does she open a black girls' school? South Africa. You got enough money to open up a school in every state in the union. But you know what? That would be too much like bringing your people along with you.
Right.
So don't get me started on them. But that's a whole nother show. We're not going to get on.